Hello, welcome to Homes and Casas Group. My name is Stephanie Rios and I'm a real estate agent here in Columbia, South Carolina. And we are with
Leslie. I'm also a real estate agent here on the same team. And joining us, we have
Fitzgerald, co-owner of Premiermoldsolutions, and my partner David.
David Fry.
First and foremost, thank you guys for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
We met you, John, a few weeks ago at one of our open houses.
Yep.
And really unexpected, but you started telling us about a product that we hadn't heard about before, and I'm really happy that you're able to come onto our channel and give us a little bit more information on that.
Sure.
But first off, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Both originally from Connecticut. I've been a tradesman all my life, built houses and kitchen installations for 20 plus years. Then in 2013, I went into being home inspection, and I became a home inspector. I did that for about 10 years in Connecticut. My wife and I moved here about 3 years ago. I became a licensed home inspector here as well. Waiting for David and his wife and my other grandkids to move down so that we can start this business.
My background is aerospace. Ended up doing the Pratt & Whitney, Sikorsky, military, DOD. Moved down here in November and opened up premiermoldsolutions.
So what is it that you guys are introducing to us today?
We are a mold cleaning company where we can actually go in and kill the mold at decent costs. We like to explain it as we have an all-natural solution where we can go into the home, leave everything intact, and actually kill the mold. Use an atomizer which penetrates any hard core surfaces like sheetrock, plank wood, and it goes behind the studs and actually kills the mold.
Okay, so that's actually really good for the home inspection business and real estate.
All real estate and
yeah.
homeowners.
Yes, and homeowners, that's
But
right.
we do commercial as well. We can do, factories. We can do apartment buildings. We can do hotels. So our product it's an all-natural product. It's an enzyme, which is, you find enzymes like in your laundry detergent that are specific for blood, and it doesn't do any damage to anything else. There's other enzymes in there that are specific for getting grease stains out, and it doesn't damage your clothing. Just like what we have, our product is an enzyme that goes specifically for mold and mold spores, and it's not a harsh chemical. It's 100% all natural. It's the only product that was endorsed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture as a 100% all natural mold killing substance. So, as David said, it will penetrate sheetrock, plaster, paneling, and it'll get the mold behind that, because a lot of times that's where the mold is coming from. And when you see it growing on the sheetrock, a lot of times it's growing through the backside because of some kind of moisture problem. So mold is very similar to humans. It needs two things to live. It needs water and it needs food. It needs a food source, which is usually like a cellulose. And cellulose would be paper on a sheetrock. It would be 2x4 studs, any kind of wood. So all that would be a food source. Now you need a water source to be introduced. And if there's a leak in the roof and it's dripping into the wall and you didn't know about it, mold can grow within 24 to 48 hours. So it happens pretty quickly. Because I've gotten a few texts over the last week, can we buy this product? You can't. It's a product and a process. So the process is the way we apply it through a specially made atomizer from Fogmaster. So nobody else can do what we do. And we're the only ones that have this product. It's 100% natural. I mean, he drinks it.
I'm glad you
So-
said that because
Wait, really?
not that part, but no. No. But I'm glad you're bringing this up because I'll just grab some Clorox, and just we'll wipe over some stuff.
Well, the thing about Clorox is it's 97% water. So what it does is it cleans the mold off the surface with the chemical, and it uses that chemical up when it cleans the mold. Our spores stay active for years in a house. We actually give a 2-year guarantee in a controlled space, like inside your house. Obviously, we can't guarantee it in an attic or a crawl space. It's gonna work, it's gonna kill the mold, but we can't guarantee it's not gonna come back. In your house, we will guarantee it for 2 years. Clorox, any kind of chemicals like that, you're just cleaning the mold off the surface. Now that mold has already grown into its food source, whether it's wooden paneling or sheetrock. Typically it would be sheetrock. There's mold on the back side of that piece of sheetrock. And the great thing about this product is you don't have to rip everything out. So we could save people potentially thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars.
Going back to what you were saying, once it's visible, it's already grown into parts that we can't really see. So you said this is for homeowners, for investors, commercial properties. How would somebody know that, I might need this service?
You can get some visual headaches, you'll have, some people get some knee pains from mold, respiratory hard time breathing. Obviously, if you need an air test, that would be the best way. We do provide an air test where we'll set up our machine outside and get a level ground, and then do it inside the home. And ours, we send it to a lab in Florida. Results come back about 3 days, and it's just like a pie graph. You got good, bad, oh boy, you should really get this handled. And those are some of the signs without actually visually seeing the mold on the wall.
So in Florida, they even spray this product on oranges that they ship out. Because if a reefer truck has got a whole load of oranges and the refrigeration stops in there, those oranges are going to start to grow mold right away. So this product is applied by one of our counterparts down in Florida on oranges. So you may get oranges that actually have Enziclins on it.
But it's safe. It's safe
It's
enough for
all
somebody.
natural.
100%
Pet friendly, kid safe.
Pets, plants, people. It doesn't hurt anything. It's a proprietary product that was created by 2 doctors, Dr. Ahern's and Dr. Carterman. So what happened was there's a guy in Connecticut, fairly wealthy, and his son was having a lot of problems breathing in his house. And his son was having asthma, and he knew there was mold in there. So he approached these 2 doctors, handed them $1.5 million, and said, can you develop an all-natural product that will kill mold? And they worked on it for a couple of years, and they developed it through Export. And the product is called Enziclins. You can't purchase it anywhere. It's a proprietary product, and like I said, we're the only ones in South Carolina that have this. Now, there's other companies that say that they have an all-natural product. It's not. There's actually chemicals in it. So we have an MSDS sheet, which tells you, breaks down chemicals and stuff. Ours is all natural.
No, I feel like you guys really did a good job at explaining what the product does, what the product is, and how to use it, or actually who are the people that would be more interested in using it.
I mean, if you see mold growing somewhere in your house, every time you walk past it, you're stirring up spores. Now it's going to go to other parts of your house, and it's going to go everywhere. So every time you walk past that, just think about it. I mean, there could be 10,000 mold spores in a square foot. So, that's a lot of mold spores that can be flying around.
Right, definitely. And I just thought about this. Not only will you save the cost of using, an all-natural solution product, but you're also, to me, it's like you are saving money on not going to the hospital because you're sick. You know what I mean?
That too.
So it's like,
And you don't have tradesmen walking through your house, replacing sheetrock, pulling studs out
That's
for
right.
a week. And
That's
then,
right.
the taper's got to come in, compound, sanding, there's dust everywhere. And then the painter has to come in. So, we put you out of the house for 24 hours, and we just inked a deal with 3 hotels in the area that are going to give us corporate rates on suites that are pet friendly. So if you have no place to go, there's 3 hotels. We have 2 in West Columbia, 1 in Irma, that you can stay for $150 for the night, and it's got a bedroom, it's got a kitchenette, and it's got a little living room. So if you have absolutely no place to go, we've made a good deal with named Frank over there, and he's offering us corporate rates for our clients. So
Nice.
yeah, that was
Pool and a gym.
Right.
yeah. There's a pool there. There's a gym. I mean,
That's cool.
these places are really nice.
Yeah.
We went and did a walkthrough the other day just to see.
You know, like you said, you don't want tradesmen coming into your home and ripping everything apart.
Yeah.
The cost, the time, the struggle of that makes sense. So if you're offering something to skip that,
Yeah,
in
oh, yeah.
time and money and just an overall stress. So let's say someone's curious, walk us a little bit how it is that it looks like you're out of the home for 24 hours. Are you doing testing first? Are you going like straight in? How does that overall process look like?
So basically, when the customer requests an air test, we'll go outside the home and we'll set up our machine that gives us level ground. And then we'll set up in the house and take an air test. Goes in a capsule and we send it to our lab. Within like 3 days, we get the results. But majority of the people, they see the mold, they say, I don't want to do the air test. So we'll go in, wear my respirator, I'll suit up, and I will go and treat the area that needs to be treated. We also do the ventilation systems in the home as well. That also kills dust allergens in the air and if there's any mold in the ventilation lines. Because ripping out ductwork's like 5-10 grand. You know, we can go in and we atomize it and let it run for 20 minutes, something like that, and it'll go through your whole system and it will kill any type of mold that might be in there, you know. And then once we're in the home, we atomize it, and then when we're done, we leave it for 24 hours, and then you're safe to go back in your home after. We also do provide a service, hypovac, which is, you know, when the mold is actually dead, there's like a white film that falls to the ground. We could vacuum it up, and then we have service, thank you.
Yeah.
And we set them up, and that catches everything that's in the air, you know. So
Yeah.
when you come back in, it's like coming back into a clean home. So you ain't gotta worry about walking by and the dust and everything, so.
And that's an extra service, or it's included with?
It's an extra service.
Okay.
So I can go through some pricing with you.
Okay.
So if you had your HVAC guy out there and he says, you got some mold growing in your ductwork, we're gonna have to rip it all out. We can do, like you said, it could cost 5 to 10 grand to replace all your ductwork. We can do a system up to 3,000 square feet a house for $1,200. Over 3,000 square feet, we're gonna be looking at like $1,500, which is much better than 5 to 10 grand. Typically in a house, if we're gonna go in and atomize a whole house, it's $1.50 a square foot. So that's very affordable.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go back in and do HEPA-vac, that's 75 cents a square foot. If we go back the next day and do the HEPA-vac. Mold testing, we provide up to 3 tests, will be $375. And most of the local guys are around $500. So we even have, and we give discounts for military, first responders.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly, that's great. I feel like a lot of people are going to benefit from the product and the service. So,
Yeah, we just want people to breathe clean air again. South Carolina, we could probably find mold in 50% of the houses if we tried.
Yeah, the humidity here.
Yeah. And so many
it
people
is.
tell us, well, I can't afford to get rid of it. I just have to live with it and keep wiping it off. And, you know, it's affordable through us. Much more affordable than having everything ripped out.
In a healthy way, like you had said, which is why I was surprised because I had not heard of a solution like this.
Yeah.
You know, if there's mold, it's you rip it out.
You
It's
rip it out,
Yeah.
you're already like,
Clorox,
oh,
whatever.
there's mold, money is involved.
That's typical everywhere,
yeah,
everywhere in the country. I
Yes.
mean, I found this product in Connecticut. I was doing flips with my partner and we bought a house that had holes in the roof for about a year. And I mean, the hardwood floors were all buckled and it was a plaster walls, but plaster's not a food source. So we could see the mold coming through it. And it's called button board. So they used to put up 3/8 sheetrock and then plaster over it. So the sheetrock has the paper on it, which is the food source for the mold. So we ripped off about 6 feet on a wall, and it was jet black inside, looked like somebody took a Sharpie. So I called this guy up, his name is Brian Flannery, BF Green is his company, and he said, what are you doing? I said, well, we're gutting the place. He goes, stop ripping it out. He goes, I have a product that's gonna penetrate it, and I'm like, I've been doing this for 40 years, I never heard of anything like this. And he said, nope, my product's gonna penetrate it, and I'll guarantee it. So he came down and he atomized the house, did air test first, did air test outside, air test inside the house, and it was off the charts inside the house. It was just so bad, very, very dangerous levels. And he came in, he atomized the house, came back a week later, because you can't do an air test the next day, you have to wait 4 to 7 days later. Came in, did an air test, and came back clean, and I was sold. I mean, I told him, I said, I'm moving to South Carolina, do you have anybody down there doing this? And he's like, no. And this isn't a franchise. We just buy the product from these people. They gave us, they gave David training on how to apply it. And, you know, I said, I'm moving to South Carolina and I want to do this down here. And it's typically very difficult to get vetted through to be able to do this. But with the background that I had in construction and as a home inspector and meeting this guy that came out and dealt with our flip, he vetted me right away.
Now, you know, we are based in South Carolina, but where is it that you are able to work in?
We can work anywhere in the country. Even though South Carolina, I mean, typically we do a 2-hour radius here, but David came to me this morning and goes, hey, we might be going to Florida to do a couple of houses. And I'm like, how far is that? 9 hours. Okay. So, you know, if the job is there, if it's big enough, we'll go there.
Okay, perfect.
You know, we can do Georgia, North Carolina. Like I said, we were just out near Myrtle Beach the other day. That's over that's like 3 hours away.
No, I think what you guys are doing, like you said, it sells itself. Other people are not doing this, at least in this area. You're providing a solution to something that is probably a very common problem, more common than we might think it is.
It is.
Not only just for, you know, who we're working with as buyers or investors going into a home where we see it everywhere, even sellers. But you know, we're looking at it maybe on our standpoint, but would you say that your product might be also preventative, or is it simply to kill mold like once it's there?
Well, it's preventative once if we do it in a controlled space.
Okay.
Because it does stay active for years.
Okay.
We could probably give a longer than 2-year warranty on it, but we're comfortable with 2 years. But I mean, it remains the enzymes remain active in your house for years. So in a crawl space, not so much because you can't control the humidity, but it will kill the mold in a crawl space and it'll be active for a while, but we just don't know how long because of the humidity fluctuations and stuff like that.
Guys got any questions or anything, like I said, give us a call, you know, we'll come down, we do free estimates, and you know, we're there to help. And you know, now people have a chance of having better health and not worrying about, geez, this bill's gonna be so high, well, let me keep getting sicker, you know.
Yeah, because they can't afford it. Because they've been quoted, you know, 20, 30, 40 grand to fix the problem. And we can come in and do it, you know, for a couple $1,000. And we're willing to work with people. If they don't have all the money up front, at least give us half, and then we can bill you the rest in the monthly billing.
Make a payment plan or something,
Yeah.
you know.
So that really helps a
Yeah,
lot.
we can definitely do that.
That really helps, especially if someone's already going through something because of a mold issue.
I
Yeah.
know, you're already in a lot of like clinics,
There are
Yeah.
a lot of people, seniors, you know, they're on a fixed income and
Yeah.
they can't afford it, and you know, they've
We
done
just-
their time and wanna make sure everybody's gonna be okay, that's basically what it is.
We just ask for 50% down, and then, you know, we can break up the monthly payments over 6 months or a year, whatever you need.
Good to know.
So-
Good to know. That's a great thing that you guys are doing out
Yeah, we
here.
really
So
want to help
thank you.
people breathe better, you know, it's all about your health. Your health is everything, so.
That's right.
When they start getting headaches or having breathing problems and stuff like that, you need to give us a call, because we can come out and help,
There
you know, because of your problem.
You have the solution.
We have the solution.
Premier Mold Solutions.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Perfect.
You can call us at 803-665-MOLD,
Okay.
which is 6653.
Okay.
That's our number, it's MOLD.
Okay.
Or you can email us at premiermoldsolutions@yahoo.com. Also we're on Facebook, Premier Mold Solutions.
Thank you guys for your time, for
Thank
coming
you.
and
Thank you,
explaining.
thanks for inviting us. Cool. Bye.